If you're looking for a great Chromebook, the $400 price point is basically perfect. You're buying a new machine with some great specs, all without breaking the bank. Whether you're looking for a classic hybrid laptop style or hybrid devices, with this budget in mind, you have plenty of choices to pick from. With a price of just $396, the Lenovo Flex 5 blows the competition out of the water with the sheer power of a 10th generation i3 processor, even when paired with a modest 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Its 13.3-inch touchscreen, while slightly smaller than some other models on our list, comes in at Full HD 1080p for clean and sharp image reproduction. Despite its understated styling, build quality wasn't compromised for power either, with a solid feeling hinge and chassis and a few niceties thrown in, including a physical slider to block out your webcam. Lenovo doesn't disappoint when it comes to the backlit keyboard and trackpad, as both are responsive and a joy to use. For ports, you have a decent selection of two USB-C ports, a single USB-A port, a combo headphone jack, and a microSD card reader for expanding storage. All in all, considering both the screen and processor, battery life is excellent with up to 10 hours as claimed by the manufacturer, on par with some of our other entries running more economical chipsets. At this point, there's not really much to complain about aside from the fairly standard 64GB of storage. If you're going to nitpick, it's a bit heavier at almost 3 pounds, the speakers are fairly mediocre, and the form factor coupled with the robust hinge and build make it kind of awkward to use as a tablet. But then again, that's a small price to pay for quality. If you're looking for something between a tablet and a Chromebook, we can solidly recommend our first runner-up, the Lenovo Duet, at $224. At this price, you get a stunning 10.1-inch Full HD Plus display with decent front and rear cameras. Performance is pretty smooth, given that it runs on 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, coupled with an octa-core MediaTek Helio P60T processor. While it is running Chrome OS, Google has released a tablet mode for the system that makes using it all the more functional. Speakers are pretty okay, and the battery lasts a decent 10 hours as claimed by Lenovo. Overall build quality is sturdy and robust, with an aluminum chassis contrasted only by a plastic but stylish hood on the back of the tablet half of the device. If we're looking at this as a whole though, there are a few downsides to consider. For a Chromebook, your port selection is pretty limited, with just a single USB Type-C port for everything, meaning you'll have to resort to hubs and dongles if you want to charge and plug something in at the same time. The attached keyboard and trackpad are also fairly squished to maintain the 10.1-inch form factor, which isn't great for any type-heavy work, or if you have large hands. At the end of the day though, if you plan to use this more as a tablet with a free attached keyboard, it's hard to argue with at this price point. If you need something that's a bit more laptop-like than tablet at a comparable price point, the Lenovo Flex 3 has you covered. Aside from your USB-C port, this model comes with a full-sized HDMI port, USB-A, and an SD card reader for easy expansion. At $289, you're getting a 128GB micro SD card with an adapter thrown in to expand your storage, leaving you with a respectable 160GB, coupled with 4 gigs of RAM. Although the 11.6-inch touchscreen isn't Full HD, its solid 360-degree hinge still allows you to use it as a tablet, and although the keyboard is still built to a budget, it's pretty decent and it's full-sized, making it quite a bit more useful than what we've seen on the Lenovo Duet. With a decent MediaTek processor and the same 10 hours of battery life, this is a solid choice at this price point. If you're not big on touchscreens and you want a larger, more traditional form factor, this brand new HP Chromebook might fit your bill. You'll get 4GB of RAM with 64GB of storage married to an older but respectable Pentium Silver N5000 processor, with Bang & Olufsen tuned speakers to boot. Battery life for a Pentium processor is decent at 13.5 hours as claimed by the manufacturer. Its anti-glare 14-inch screen is a bit easier on the eyes, although it's not Full HD. With a larger form factor, you also get access to more ports with a full-sized USB Type-A, 2 USB Type-C ports, a combo headphone jack, and a microSD card slot to expand your storage. At $359, it's one of the more expensive laptops on our list, but you are getting a pretty great package for the price. Finally, we have one more HP laptop to recommend, the HP X360 Chromebook. Coming in at just under $400, the X360 gives you premium build quality with a solid feeling chassis and 360-degree hinge, alongside a classy silver and white color scheme. Its 14-inch touchscreen, while not full HD, is more than usable and has had its bezels tastefully slimmed for a more premium feel. Though it shares the same Pentium processor, B&O speakers, and a standard 4GB of RAM as our previous entry, you still get a comparatively large 128GB of storage built in, with a 64GB microSD card thrown in to sweeten the deal. A 47 watt-hour battery tops everything off with a respectable mixed usage estimate of 12.5 hours. All in all, a solid entry from HP and a decent choice. You can find links to everything featured in this video in the description below. If you liked this guide, make sure you subscribe for all sorts of videos covering Chromebooks and other technology. And finally, don't forget to check out one of these videos we think you might enjoy.